Welcome to this week's Hymn of the Week. This week we have ELW 339, Christ the Life of All the Living. The text is by Ernst Christoph Homburg, who lived near Eisenach, and we see the dates here, 1605 to 1681. The text was originally part of devotional hymns that he wrote, 150 of them. And you can see that the tune actually follows his life that was matched with it. So we don't really know what the actual tune was, as far as I know. But what's interesting is these were devotional hymns that were used for devotions at home. So if you think when singing this hymn, or after you sing it this week, you can take it home with you and pray maybe a verse each day. You have 3 verses, so maybe for 6 days, take a verse, one verse for 2 days, because it has that personal devotion connection. Now we look at the music, it's in a bar form, the bar form meaning AAB. So we see that we have and of course the second line is the same for the A again. So you have that bar form coming back. And then it goes into the B section, as we'll continue on there. Now, we look at the translation. It's Catherine Winkworth, and she was standard, I shouldn't say standard, but she was the person that really translated so many of the German hymns. So we're thankful for that. So we see a combination of the original 8 verses that existed from Ernst Christoph Homburg. Winkworth actually ended up having 5 verses. So what we see in this is a combination of verses 1 and 8 for the first verse, and a combination of verses 1 and 5 for the third verse of the Winkworth. So it's an interesting combination. So the German 1 and 8 for the first one, and then the Winkworth translation, or Catherine Winkworth, 1 and 5 for verse 3, and then some of the other verses are thrown in for verse number 2. So we don't always get the full text, but we certainly get the theme that Ernst Christoph Homburg is going with, and it's thank you. It's thank you for the sacrifice. So when I am playing this, I'd like to focus more on the thanksgiving, because that's where I think Ernst Christoph Homburg is going. Some organists may choose to focus on the sacrifice, and that's all right. So what I'm going to do is use an arrangement for the third verse that will actually have a pedal point, so a repeated pedal, and then some colorful chords up top, we'll call them. And then with the actual melody or theme on top of that. So that makes it, I think, a little more enjoyable for the listener because of the strife and toil that we're going through as Christians. There is a solution for that, and of course that is Jesus Christ. So, here we go. Christ, the life of all the living. Okay. Just getting set here. Well, then that's why you turn the crescendo pedal off. Believe it or not, the crescendo pedal is not turning off. Interesting little feature. Welcome to the life of an organ. So I'll fix that afterwards. But anyway, it's really great to focus, I think, on the Thanksgiving aspect here. There's another interesting thing I was thinking about as I was singing it. This tune that was originally set to it from Das große Cantionale from Darmstadt, which also had the title of Kirchengesangbuch, was matching originally Alle Menschen müssen sterben. And that means in English, all men or all people have to die. So it's interesting that you're matching tune with that text that is really about someone that died and removed that issue for all. I mean, we do still have to die, but certainly this gives us the Thanksgiving side of it, that Jesus does bring the eternal life. So I do want to give credit to Benjamin Cooley, Chad Baker, and also Mark Cedio. I've been using some of their ideas for some of the transitions in between. Thank you for listening to Hymn of the Week.